Hey guys, and welcome back to another Revit tutorial. In today's tutorial we'll be modeling the Burj Khalifa, or previously known as the Burj Dubai, in Dubai, and we will be doing all that within Revit, creating the form, and then also throwing some facade and some floors in, and I'll show you how to do all of that. Before we start, please, if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified, and make sure you leave a like and a comment below. Of course, any comments, questions or suggestions, leave those too in the comments below. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is, I've got a plan and a section, and we're going to model the entire building off those. So the first thing I'll do is drag and drop this image, and drag and drop our section also. And I've got them both in the plan for now, but that is okay. We're going to move this section in a moment. I just want to explain what we're doing and what we're looking at. So if we look at the section, you can see down we've got the site level at the bottom, and then these red numbers all the way up. These are basically the tiers. So there's 3 tiers here at the base, and then we have tiers from tier 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way up to 17, and then the top of the building at 830 meters. So we're going to use these to create those steps in elevation or in section. And then if we look at the plan, we can see again all those red annotations or codes there. They correlate to the tiers here. So you can see B or G here is basically the ground or the site level. Then we start at B0, B1, B2, and our tiers go up from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to the top here. So it basically steps up. Each side steps up one tier at a time. It doesn't all step up together. So we're going to do that. It's a little bit more complex, but we will try and model it as accurately as possible. So firstly, let's I'm going to get rid of this. I'm just going to select this, cut it, and let's put it in one of the elevations for now. And I can just do Control V to paste, or in modify you can do paste here as well to drop that there temporarily. But let's go back to our plan, and let's scale this up into the actual size. So if we select it, we come up here to scale in the modify tab, and then click one point, click the other end there, and now we can type in, we can either scale it graphically by moving the mouse, or we can actually type the distance, and I think it's about 170 or 180 meters. So I'm just going to type 180 meters, enter, and there we go, we've got that. I'm just going to, while we're here as well, grab these elevations and move those out of the way. Let's move that here, and this one out here, and our east elevation is still there, sorry, our west elevation. And while we're here, also we might change the scale of this just to make our lines a little better to see, and we can see our elevations and things. So I might make it 1 to 1000. There we go. Alright, so now if we jump back into our east elevation and have a look at our section here. We've got a few levels in here already, but we want to change these. So I'm going to firstly just delete this one by hitting backspace. Okay. And then I'm going to call this here site. Enter. And yep, we can rename that. And then grab this, and I'm just going to nudge it down with my keyboard just so that the site level is on that line. Like that. And now we want to put in all the other levels, but I might start by just putting the top in and then scaling this image. So if we select this level down here, come up to copy, and then click here, and then move this up and type the height of the building, which was 830m, enter. And if we zoom out, that'll be way up here somewhere, so you can see it's all the way up there. We've got a bit of scaling to do. So if we select now this image, modify, scale, and then pick this here, that level line, come up and make sure that we're in line with the top line here, click, and then drag this up and click that there. We've now resized that, so that's our level here. So I might actually again grab this and try and drag that out. Let's try it again. Cool. Drag this line out there, and we can change the scale to about 1 to 1000, maybe like that. And while we're here, we can change the name of this as well to top. Alright, and the next step is to just fill in each of these levels. So I'm going to select this level here, copy, and copy this up from here to here. And notice that I've got multiple on, so I can make a few copies here. So I can click there, and this one there. And then let's rename it. So I'm going to say tier B0, tier B1, tier B2, and then I'm going to make another copy here. So copy, move this to there. But this one I'm going to now rename it tier 0. And now if I just copy and just keep moving up here, it should automatically name it the same as those. So you see tier 1 for 1, and if I just keep going up now perfectly vertically, tier 2, 3, all the way up to the top. Cool, so we've got all our tiers in, we've got our top level in, and we've got our base or site level in as well. Alright, so next step is to go back to the plan, and we want to trace now around this plan. Let's move these out of the way. Oops. So to do that, we will use the Annotate tab, Detail Lines, and start tracing around here. But before we do that, we're going to add some reference planes. So Architecture, Reference Plane, and we'll start from the center here and create one reference plane out there like that on that axis. Then we'll create another one from here, and we want this should be exactly there, so it'll need to be 150 degrees like that. And then if we select this, we can mirror, pick axes, that like that. So these should all now be perfectly split, so there'd be 120 degrees between them. And we can draw, if I extend this, actually we only need to trace one of these parts here, so we don't need to trace and the whole thing. We only need to trace one of these bits, and then we can mirror that and copy that around, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So we go to Annotate, Detail Line, and let's use the Start End Radius arc, and let's start in the middle. Actually, let's use a circle, and we'll start right in the middle. So if we go here, and we'll do this first circle there, and then let's create another circle. I'm not going to do all the detail here in the spire because it does get a little bit tight, so we're going to leave that, but if you want to go into more detail, you just follow the same principles and process that we're going to be doing. Let's go Start in Radius Arc from here. Like that. And again, we're only interested in this top left corner. So from there to there. And note with the start end radius arc, you just pick the start point, you pick the end point, and then you draw, you pull that arc in or out. And then with the second, it's kind of continuing, so it's already picked the start point based on where we finished the last curve. So all you do is you pick the end point, and then it snaps pretty well. You can see that it's highlighted blue, that first line, and it's pretty much continuing that curve perfectly, so that at the join here, there's no point, it's the exact same radius. And this one, oops, back here. This does take a little bit of practice, but it seems to be looking good. Oh, that's slightly off, but that's okay. Cool. I might actually also, with these lines, if I just select all of these, we'll change them to wide lines just to make them a little bit easier to see. There we go. And back into annotate, detail line, and let's keep going with the curves. Actually, we're gonna, this bit here, just to make sure that this works, I'm gonna pick the point here and then come perpendicular to this line, and then copy this across like that, just so I can get an arc from start to an end. So here, arc from there to there, and then pull this out like that, and then I can delete these. I don't need those anymore. Detail line like that. Oh, I'm drawing in thin lines again, so let me just select, go wide lines, and then now when I go detail line, I'll make sure I pick wide lines. Finish that off. Through there. Click and drag these back in. Click and drag back in. And the rest seems all good. Actually, we'll drag this back as well, because we only want just that bit. We're going to mirror the rest. That looks pretty complete. Just to check, I'm going to select this and hide for a moment. And I think that looks like everything. It doesn't seem to be anything missing. It all seems pretty clean. So click here, reset again to show that. Actually, let's hide it again. It'll make it a bit easier to do this. So hide element. Now if we click from left to right and select all of these except for the circles in the middle, because we don't need to copy those, and come up to mirror pick axes, and then pick this reference plane, it'll flip that like that. And then if we select them all again like so, and we can now go rotate, make sure we tick on copy and change the center of rotation. So if you click place, and now we want to go right from the center here, and we want to rotate it from here around to there. So we have that, and now it's still selected. So with it selected, I can just mirror it here as well. So again, mirror pick axes, and then pick this reference plane, and there we go. Just to check that it's all pretty close, if we go reset, we can see there it's pretty much spot on to the plan that we were tracing. Alright, so now that we have that, the next step is to start building up this mass, and we're actually going to start from the top and make our way down. So to do that, we're going to need to use some different floor plans. So to create floor plans for each of those tiers, we're going to view and plan view floor plan, and we can see here the full list of all our tiers. So I'm just going to hold down shift, oops, from here hold down shift and click here to select them all, and make sure that's ticked on, do not duplicate existing views, because we don't want to recreate the site view. Okay, and here we go. Now we've got all these floor plans, and we might, if we close this and we can select in here, we might actually, let's close the 3D view and let's keep, we'll leave the east there for a second. Actually, let's close that off. If we create so open up the top plan, and then in view, let's just tile the views. So tile views like this, and let's press it again to put this on this side. And now from the top, you can see here T is just this central circle. So what we're going to do is copy each of these, copy from the top down the complete outline. So I think it'll be easier as I start demonstrating. So if we pick the top, so on the top level, all we have is just this section here. So if I select that, now we can do copy here, come into this plan, and then go paste align to current view, and that's pasted there. So that's all we need for the top plan. And then if we go level 17, and that's this one here. So we can instead of going copy and paste up here, I'm just going to use the keyboard shortcuts, which is Control C to copy, and then my keyboard shortcut for paste in place or paste align to current view is Control Shift V, like that. And if you want to set up any shortcuts, you just go in the View tab, User Interface, Keyboard Shortcuts, and if we go here, Paste, you can see here, Paste Align to Current View. I've just set it to Control Shift V. So if you want to check that or create that same shortcut, you just come in here and then put the cursor down here and then just type, or just press Control Shift and V, and it'll set that as your keyboard shortcut. So back to this, so that's tier 17. Let's go tier 16. So tier 16 is, if I hit tab, I can select a few of these like that. Tab, hold down Control and click. Tab, hold down Control and click, and then do Control C over here, paste. Tier 15, that's this one around here. So tab, click to select them all, Control C over here and paste. Tab, tier 14, let's open it up first. Tier 14, we go here. So now with these ones now, because we're starting to add, so tier 14 is basically the same as tier 15 plus this bit here. We're gonna do it, I think this is a pretty efficient way to do it. So we select from tier 15, Control C, go to tier 14 and then paste that in the same place. Then if we just take the extra bit of 14 here, Control C, come back in here and paste, and then we just need to make sure that this is a closed sort of loop or boundary, because when you use that in a moment to create our form. So now that we've done that, we can select this, copy, go to the level below, paste it, and then add the extra bit again here. So 13, copy, paste it, and then using trim, which again my keyboard shortcut is TR for that, but if you need to use it from the ribbon or the toolbar to modify, and this command here, trim extend to corner, and we can start to trim, make sure that these are all trimmed like that, and then get rid of that. And then same thing, select, copy, tier 12, paste, and then take 12, paste, take that, 12, copy, paste it in place to 11, and zoom out, this one here, copy, paste, and now trim, oh, trim like that, copy, tier 10, paste, and then tab to select, copy, paste, copy from 10 to 9, paste in place, tab, control select, copy, paste. For some reason that's trimming strangely there. Copy from 9 to 8, paste, and then let's pick up 8 from here again. Tab, click, Control C, Shift Control V, TR to trim, like that. Control C to tier 7, Control Shift V to paste, and in here, tab, left click, Control C, Shift Control V. Control C, tier 6, Shift Control V, tab, click, Control C, Shift Control V, TR to trim, click, 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 Control C, tier 5, paste here, tab, Control C, yeah, Shift Control V, TR to trim, Control C, tier 4. So you can see it's probably a little bit tedious, but there's really no way around actually getting this form in here. But it's not too difficult. I mean, it's the same thing over and over a few times, but you're basically going to have a 800-meter building modeled up pretty accurately, pretty quickly. Control C, tier 2, oops. Shift Control V, Control C to tier 1, paste, Control C, Shift Control V, TR, trim that, Control C, so tier 0, yeah, we need that as well. So tier 0, this is the last one that we need to copy. Shift Control V, come in here, tab, Control C, Shift Control V over here, and then TR to trim, trim that, and trim that. Okay, so we've got that done to there. So now next one we need to go down to, if we're ever not sure, we can have a look at our elevation, but the next one down is B2. So if we go to tier B2, and this one here is, we're adding 3 parts. So again, we can take from tier 0, we can take all of that, Control C, and then Shift Control V, but now we want that extra bit, B2, this one here, tab, hold down Control, select, and in here, tab, hold down Control and select, Control C, over here, Shift Control V, and then clean this up, so TR to trim, there, trim, there, and trim that, and for B1 we will not use that. So B1 we don't actually need that there, although we could use it for some part. Yeah, let's just do it. So select all this, Control C, B1, Shift Control V, and now we need this extra B1 bit there. Tab, hold down Control, select, tab, hold down Control, select, Control C, over here, Shift Control V, and I should have taken these lines in here as well. So let's do that now. Select that, 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 holding down Control, to add these to the selection. And Control C in here, Shift Control V to paste in place, and then we just want to trim these up like that. Cool, and now hit Tab, click, backspace, Tab, select that, and tap that one. We can delete those. So that's tier B1, and then B0 is quite different. So B0, I'm not even going to copy this across. We're just going to open tier B0, and we'll copy it directly from here. So if we go Tab from here, Tab, select that, Tab, hold down Control, select that, hold down Control, select that, Tab, hold down Control, select that, Tab, hold down Control and select that, and then do Control C over to here, Shift Control V and paste that, and then there's just a little bit of cleaning up in here. So TR to trim. There we go. So we've got that. And I think that is about it. If we've left anything out, we can come back and add that in. But I think that is everything. Let's just check with the east elevation down to B0, and then site is just our base. So that's all good. Cool. All right. So now we're ready to create the model from all those shapes. We've actually done the hard bit. Now it's probably the easier part. I might just start by dragging this across to here, and we're going to work with our in our plans in here. So let's start from the top again. So I'm going to go to the top and select, so we're going to create a mass starting from this. So if we go to massing and site and in place mass, and let's call it Burj Khalifa, and we can use pick lines here and make sure that this is clicked on. It should all be done by default, but that's on draw on work plane, and then level will be the level that you're in, which is exactly what we want. So if you pick this now, just select it and go create form, and in this case we just need to pick this left one, but only because it's a circle, and it should create, there we go, it's created that little form there. If we drag this, so this now will need to, basically everything will go, we'll need to drag it down to the level below, like that there. And I'm actually going to leave this section off to the left. It's going to make it a bit easier to see and make sure that we're doing it all right. Note, this is the bit that I was saying we're not going to go into that much detail. There's a bit more detail in the spire, but you could just repeat what we've done with a more detailed plan to create all of that. Okay, so that's done there. So top, now let's go to tier 17, and we can go to pick lines. Again, work plane's ticked on, tier 17, and we just pick now that line there, create form, and again, because it's a circle, we just need to pick that. If we come over here, we just need to drag that down to level 16, and we just need to repeat that all the way down to the base, so tier 16. Again, pick lines, tier 16 is on, tab to select all of that, create form, click in here, and then drag this down to 15. And we can just keep going across here, tier 15, pick lines, tab, click, create form, click in here, drag it down to 14. Just to make this a little easier to see, I'm going to change it to shaded for a moment. It's a bit easier, but I might also go into manage object styles, mass, default form, and we can actually change like the appearance of this mass. So you can see here transparency is set to 50. Let's bring it back to 0, click color, and let's give it maybe like a blue or something just to just for our working, it's going to make it a little easier to see. There we go, like that. And so tier 15 is done. So let's go to the next one, and I'm just going to do Control Tab on my keyboard. We'll go to the next one over. Otherwise, you can click it from here as well if you want to open up the next floor plan. So again, let's go back into here. All this mass. Pick lines. Oh, cancel. Make sure you're in the floor plan. It's going to make it a lot easier. So make sure you're in the floor plan. Click here. Pick lines. Tier 14. Tab. Create form. Drag that down. Control Tab to go to the next view. Tier 13. Pick lines. Tab. Create form. Click over here. Drag it down to 12. Click back over here. Control Tab to go to the next view. Pick lines. Tab. Click. Create form. Over here. Drag it down to the next tier. Control Tab. Tier 11. Pick lines. Tab. Click. Create form. Click here and drag this down to 10. Control Tab to go to level 10. Pick lines. Tab. Click. Create form. Click here and drag this to tier 9. Click here. Control Tab to tier 9. Pick lines. Tab. Create form. Click here. Drag it to tier 8. Click here, and this is, again, it's quite repetitive, but it's probably good practice, to be honest. Like these are, it's really handy to get quite familiar and comfortable with these sorts of processes. So click Pick Lines, Tab, click, Create Form, back over to here, drag it down, Control Tab, tier 7, Pick Lines. Notice that this placement plane is always updating. It's whatever level whatever floor plan we're drawing on, it's automatically setting that placement plane to that floor plan, which is making this a lot easier. It means that we're drawing in the right place to begin with. So click, create form, click here, and all we're needing to do is just drag the top down to the next tier. Pick lines, tab, create form. Control Tab, pick lines. Oops. Okay, so this one here, oh, there we go. Sometimes you might need to tab a few times and move the mouse around to grab everything, but there we go. And if it doesn't, you might need to manually click these, but so far it's actually been working quite well, so it's good. That there. Control Tab to tier 4, pick lines. See again there we go. Create form, click here, drag to 3, make sure it's snapping exactly to that level. Find also zooming in helps select the chain. Sometimes when you zoom too far out, like if I tab here, you can see there it's not letting me, it's not selecting the whole thing, but if I zoom in and press tab, it selects the full chain of lines in this case. That, create form. Make sure we're snapping just to one level below, tier 2. And then go to tier 2, pick lines, zoom in like that, create form, and drag this down. Tier 1, and then go to tier 1, pick lines, and you can see it's always the extra bit that's sticking out. So it's because of the way the process that we've done, it's making it a lot easier to pick the right bits and keep and not going crazy, trying to work out which bits to click and which bits should and shouldn't be on that floor. This here, let's go, yep, to there. And tier 0, same thing again, pick lines. Create form. And drag this down to there. B2, pick lines. So this one is that whole thing around there. Like that, create form. And these tiers are obviously a lot lower than the others. B1. So this one here, we're going to need to do it a little bit more manually, but if we select that, and then these little bits in there, same here, tab, select that, these little bits in here, and this one. Oh, it looks like it's actually selecting it all there. So maybe we'll just keep going this way. We're almost there. And we can just pick a few of these. Pick line. And here as well, we'll need to do that, and we're going to need to come back and trim these in a moment, but let's just keep picking all the lines. Oops. Cool, and then trim. So if we go to use trim here, or TR, trim that, trim that, trim that. Cool, so that should be it. So if we come back out here, that's all good. So if we select that create form, it should make that form. There we go. And drag that down to tier B0. Control tab here to get into tier B0. And now we should be able to just select that exterior line. So pick lines, tab, there we go. Click. Create form, click here, and this one goes all the way down to site level, like that. So now if we go, let's finish the mass for a moment. That's pretty much all the modeling done. I'm going to go here and go tab views again to get rid of the tile. Let's go to 3D view. And save the project, close inactive, and there you go. You can see we've got basically, that's pretty accurately modeled. It's got each of those steps, so every time we go around it steps up, and that looks pretty good to me. So the next step is at this point to add floors and add facades. So I'm going to show you how to add floors to all of this. I think there's 163 levels in this building. So if we go to elevation, let's go east elevation, and let's say there's 163 levels up to here, as an example, or there might be, what's that, let's say 160 up to there. We can come down here and or we can add a new level. So if we go architecture level, and let's just click out here like that and call this, these are actually the floor levels. So floor level 0, like that. Yeah, sure. And then if we select this, we can go array, and if we want, let's say 160 levels, and make sure last is ticked on, and then click from here and then come all the way up to this one here like that, and it'll create 160 levels all the way up to there like that. Now that we have those levels in place, we can go back to the 3D view, select our mass and go mass floors, and we can choose which levels we want to place a mass floor at. I'm actually going to just select everything, hold down shift and click. Note there might be some overlaps that we can clean up if we really wanted to, but it's not really a major problem, so let's go OK. And this is going to create a mass floor. We can ignore that warning. It's going to create a mass floor at each one of those levels. And then the last thing to do is add the actual physical geometry, so the physical floor and the physical wall. So let's start with the floors, so architecture, floor by face, and if we zoom out, we can actually just select everything, create floor. So that's done. We've got all our floors in there, and the last thing is to add our walls. So again, architecture, wall by face, and then we can come over to select our wall type. Let's use exterior glazing, and I'm actually going to edit the type for a moment and get rid of these horizontal grids. So currently we've got horizontal grids at every 4 meters. I'm going to change this to none. Go OK, and then hover over our mass, and if you hit tab, there we go, it should select everything, and just click and then give this a moment. This will probably take a little while to actually generate all those mullions and panels for the entire building, but once that's done we should have a complete building that we can then hide the mass off, and there we go. So let's hide the mass off now. So if we go to massing and site, and let's go show mass by view settings, that should hide it, and we should be left with just curtain wall and actual floors. And that's pretty much it. There you have it, the Burj Khalifa, previously known as the Burj Dubai, the world's tallest building modeled in Revit using the massing tool and a plan, a section and elevation with floors and curtain wall. So I hope that was really helpful. If it was, please make sure you leave a like and any comments, questions or suggestions below. And like always, if you want to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to make sure you get notified. Otherwise, enjoy. Any questions, let me know, and have a great day. Thanks.